Adam, you and I spoke a year ago at Black Hat talking about dealing with essentially rogue or shadow identities in the cloud. You talked about it as being EDR for cloud identities. Explain.
The thing is with identities is some of them are inside your SSO or IDP provider. Some of those are just scattered out across the internet. People sign up to those on their own. Luckily, the ingress point for all of those identities is the browser, right? You access all cloud identities via the browser point. So we deploy a browser agent, which you deploy out via MDM, hooks into the browser, and then it actually will observe both the use of identities and also identity attacks inside the browser. So we stream back very unique telemetry, but we can also block attacks inside the browser like phishing attacks and other things as well.
How is this changing the game for you and for your customers?
Well, I mean, when we started, we were focused on visibility because you have to get visibility first before you can then block.
Right.
But what the industry care about is blocking because that takes work away. So we're focused much more now on enforcing of controls. So one of the things you can do, for example, is rather than just see that someone has signed up and put their identity into a login form somewhere, the browser extension will actually detect when someone logs into their SSO provider and then pin the password to the login screen so that the employee cannot enter it anywhere else. So it would stop corporate password reuse. It means that the employee can't enter that SSO password into a less sensitive app, for example, but also means it can't enter it into a phishing site. So it just completely takes out credential phishing. Really simple, but very strong control.
What are the anecdotal stories you've been hearing from your customers now that they're using this?
Well, so that they now have visibility into advanced phishing frameworks, for example. So there's tools like EvilJinx, which allow you to bypass MFA. Once you're in the browser, we can actually see and block those. So they're able to actually take action directly. The other thing that we found is big trend recently was obviously with ChatGPT and other Gen AI products, we can actually do really cool things like you can drop a banner across the top of the screen to remind an employee and say, hey, you're welcome to use this Gen AI app, but please remember this is our Gen AI policy. Don't upload the company data into that as well. So it's moved it much more into control.
This issue of Gen AI security comes up again and again. It's no different than me protecting my SaaS apps. Maybe that hasn't changed your workflow at all, has it?
Ultimately, it's just another SaaS app. There's thousands of different applications, thousands of identities being created, but it's just something that's become front of mind for people. So people use that and then deploy to control Gen AI, and then they discover that lots of other identities are being created as well.
Well, if you want to stop identity attacks specifically right at the browser, so it doesn't become a bigger problem than it needs to be, then go check out what they're doing over at Push Security. All the information is at their web address, pushsecurity.com. There it is, right there.